The power and pitfalls of GRC automation. Automation is a key driver for adopting GRC tools. Automating repetitive, data-intensive GRC tasks can yield significant benefits, but it's important to be aware of the challenges as well. Benefits of GRC automation: increased efficiency, dramatically reduces the manual effort required for tasks like evidence collection, control testing, risk calculations, survey distribution, TPRM, and report generation, frees up personnel for higher value analysis and strategic thinking. Improved accuracy and consistency. Automated processes are less prone to human error and ensure tasks are performed consistently according to defined workflows and rules. Real-time visibility. Automated data feeds and dashboards provide near real-time insights into risk posture, control status, and compliance levels, enabling faster decision-making. Enhanced reporting simplifies the generation of tailored reports for different stakeholders, management, auditors, regulators, often with visualizations like dashboards and heat maps. Better audit readiness centralizes policies, controls, risks, and evidence, making it much easier and faster to respond to auditor requests and demonstrate compliance. Tools often have dedicated audit portals. Scalability. Automated processes can handle increasing volumes of data, controls, risks, and regulations much more effectively than manual methods. Improved collaboration. A central platform facilitates better communication and workflow management between different GRC roles and departments. Challenges of GRC automation: costs, GRC software licenses, implementation services, and potentially ongoing maintenance can represent a significant investment, which might be a barrier for smaller organizations or those in resource-constrained environments like parts of the Nigerian market. Implementation complexity. Implementing GRC tools, especially integrated platforms, can be complex. It requires careful planning, configuration, data migration, and integration with existing IT and security systems. Failed implementations are not uncommon. Skills gap. Effectively managing, configuring, and utilizing GRC tools often requires specialized skills. Finding or training personnel with the right GRC process knowledge and tool expertise can be challenging. Local support from vendors might also be a factor. Data quality dependency. Automation relies heavily on accurate and complete input data, garbage in, garbage out. If underlying data sources like asset inventories, log feeds, vulnerability scans are inaccurate or incomplete, the automated GRC results will also be flawed. Over-reliance and complacency. There's a risk of becoming overly reliant on the tool and assuming compliance or security simply because the tool says so, without sufficient human oversight, critical thinking, and validation. Automation assists but doesn't replace professional judgment. Integration challenges. Integrating the GRC tool smoothly with diverse existing systems, HR, IT service management, security tools, can be technically challenging and require specific connectors or custom development. Automation offers powerful benefits, but successful adoption requires careful planning, realistic expectations, investment in skills, attention to data quality, and ongoing human oversight. Selecting and implementing GRC tools. Choosing and implementing a GRC tool is a significant undertaking that should be treated as a strategic project, not just an IT purchase. Rushing the process or choosing the wrong tool can lead to wasted investment and frustration. Key steps for selection. 1. Define your needs and objectives. Crucial first step: what problems are you trying to solve? E.g., inefficient audits, difficulty tracking NDPA compliance, poor visibility into vendor risk, manual risk assessments. What are your key GRC processes? Map them out. Which regulations or frameworks are most important? NDPA, CBN rules, ISO 27001, PCI DSS. Who are the key users and stakeholders? What are their requirements? What is your budget? Include licensing, implementation, training, ongoing maintenance. What are your integration needs? What other systems must it connect to? What is your organization's GRC maturity level? Start simple if less mature. Don't start by looking at tools. Start by understanding your requirements. 2. Research and shortlist vendors. Based on your requirements, identify potential vendors using market research reports like Gartner or Forrester, peer recommendations, online reviews. Consider vendors with a local presence or strong support capabilities relevant to Nigeria if possible. Shortlist 3 to 5 vendors that seem like a good fit. 3. Conduct detailed evaluations and demos. Request detailed demonstrations tailored to your specific use cases and requirements. not generic sales pitches. Prepare specific scenarios or questions for vendors to address. Evaluate functionality, ease of use for different user types, reporting capabilities, configuration flexibility, integration options, and underlying architecture. Conduct proof of concept, POC trials, if possible, using your own data and processes. 4. Check references. Talk to existing customers of the shortlisted vendors, preferably similar organizations in your industry or region, about their experiences with the tool and vendor support. 5. Evaluate vendor viability and support. Consider the vendor's financial stability, product roadmap, and the quality, availability of technical support and training resources, especially post-implementation support. Assess total cost of ownership TCO. Look beyond the initial license fee. Factor in implementation costs, training, customization, required hardware or infrastructure, integration development, and ongoing maintenance or support fees. Make the decision, select the tool that best meets your requirements, fits your budget, and aligns with your organization's technical capabilities and culture. Key steps for implementation. 1. Treat it as a project. Assign a project manager. Define scope. Create a detailed plan with milestones and responsibilities. Secure executive sponsorship. 2. Phased approach. Consider implementing in phases rather than a big bang. Start with the highest priority module or process, e.g. compliance management for NDPA or risk register. This allows for quicker wins and lessons learned. 3. Configuration and customization. Work closely with the vendor or implementation partner to configure the tool according to your specific processes, workflows, risk methodologies, control frameworks, and reporting needs. Avoid over customization if possible, as it can complicate future upgrades. 4. Data migration. Plan carefully how to migrate existing data, risks, controls, policies, vendor info from spreadsheets or legacy systems into the new tool. Data cleansing is often required. 5. Integration. Develop and test integrations with other key systems, CM, vulnerability scanners, HR systems, asset management databases to enable automated data feeds and evidence collection. 6. Testing. Conduct thorough user acceptance testing UAT with key stakeholders to ensure the tool functions as expected and meets their needs. 7. Training. Provide comprehensive training to all user groups, administrators, GRC analysts, end users management on how to use the tool effectively for their roles. 8. Change management. Communicate effectively throughout the implementation process. Manage user expectations and address resistance to change. Highlight the benefits of the new tool and processes. 9. Go live and post-implementation support. Plan the go live carefully and ensure adequate support is available immediately afterward. Conduct a post-implementation review to identify lessons learned. Successful GRC tool implementation requires careful planning, strong project management, stakeholder involvement, and effective change management.